How did you handle an entitled relative trying to take your inheritance? When my grandfather passed away, he left his successful local landscaping business and the commercial property it sat on entirely to me. I had worked with him every single weekend since I was 14, learning the trade, managing the crew, and doing the taxes. My cousin Julian hadn't stepped foot on the property in 10 years. He thought manual labor was beneath him. But the second the will was read, Julian showed up at the office with a clipboard, demanding to see the financial books. Grandpa wasn't in his right mind, Julian sneered. A court will see that a 23-year-old shouldn't run a multi-million-dollar asset. I'm offering you a 10% buyout right now, or I'll sue and take the whole thing. I didn't argue. I didn't get angry. I just smiled and said, give me 48 hours to look over the paperwork. What Julian didn't realize was that Grandpa knew exactly who Julian was. 2 years prior, Grandpa had formally restructured the business into an LLC. In the operating agreement, he included a very specific clause. If any legal heir attempts to contest the transfer of ownership to the designated successor, the business will automatically trigger a mandatory, immediate sale of all commercial land to a specific local conservation trust for the price of exactly $1. The land was worth $1.2 million. The business couldn't run without the land. Julian ignored my timeline and filed a lawsuit the very next morning, claiming undue influence. My lawyer didn't even fight the lawsuit. During the first preliminary hearing, my lawyer simply handed the judge the LLC operating agreement and proof of Julian's court filing. The judge looked at Julian, then looked at Julian's lawyer, and asked, does your client realize he just legally forced the liquidation of $1 million property for $1? Julian's face turned bright red as his lawyer frantically whispered in his ear. Because Julian filed the lawsuit, the clause triggered. The land was sold to the trust, the business structure dissolved, and I used the massive cash reserves Grandpa had safely tucked away in a separate, private trust under my name to start a brand new company the next week. Julian ended up with nothing, plus a $15,000 legal bill from his own attorney.